everyone. Good to see you again. Adam Sternberg here with Tree of Life and Path of Life. I just wanted to do a quick tour of the new facility here on Cameron Street, because the last time we were talking over at St. Joe's, and if you caught in our story that what had happened was we actually started an illegal Christian school that was non-compliant. And we were like, okay, now what, Lord? We want to do something that's legaler, more legal. There it is. But anyway, there are 8 million God stories behind this, and what you see behind me, how it got here, and it wasn't always this amazing. This actually used to be railroad tracks. It used to be a switch track. That's why the road curves here on Bryant Street. Straight track went around down that side, and then a switch track would have went right through about the middle of the building there. But this is just a little bit of a visual of what the Lord has been doing, transforming all of this area into an amazing school for the kids of Edison neighborhood and beyond. So I wanted to take you through and show you a thing or two about what God is doing. This actually was just new at the beginning of this school year. Brand new playground set, $100,000, rubber mulch. I never really thought that would ever happen, but the teachers and the kids here had a vision for an even more amazing playground set, and they actually started putting it together, and we put it out there before the Tree of Life family and said, we think this is what God's calling us into. And we had the thing fully funded after our fundraiser dinner. And it's just, not only is it a huge, what we always love around here, it's a community blessing. Everything we do, we want it to be a community blessing. So not only do our kids get millions of hours of playtime, so do all the neighborhood kids. And actually, I'm kind of shocked right now that it's empty. So get a good look why it's empty. Although, hi, Christina. Are you guys going to go play on the playground? Okay, good. See, we staged this. So we're actually now sending actors out, pretend children of Tree of Life. What up, Lilia? Have fun. Hoo-yah! We are doing a video. Show us how fast you can go on that merry-go-round there. Do you want me to push you? Let's see if we can get someone to throw up. No, not that fast. Get on there. Get on. I'll push. So this is like a new improved playground because it's not a meat grinder like the old ones that takes out teeth and limbs, because it's all plastic. But man, it sure is a lot of fun. So, hey, if you can't do computer coding, why not go on the merry-go-round, right? So that works. So one of the fun things is the original plan Dory presented. It was only 2 stories high, and then she said, well, you know, there's another story you can add on it. I'm like, wait, it goes one higher, and there's a huge twisty slide that comes up. I said, we're so doing that. We're gonna ask for that too. Hey! Yeah. Oh, they're funny. So, I mean, it's such a joy, like, having this, like, high-end 35-year warranty. Like, what a blessing for the kids and the neighbors. It's just been a huge godsend.
You gonna go in the front?
Oh, yeah, we're going in the front. So, bless the Lord. So, the first part of the Tree of Life building that was built here on Cameron Street was in 2012. $500,000 project, built and paid for in 2 years. We didn't know where the money was coming from. And it was one of those, the Lord is so good. I'm going to try to make this really short, but this first thing we needed was a piece of property. The Lord made it plain that it's going to be here in the Edison neighborhood. There's not a lot of property laying around in this neighborhood. And so we found this piece. There's actually what we call the 100-foot wide banana which follows the curve of Bryant Street down along that way. And it was for sale for $40,000, but the sign had a slash mark, now only $20,000. We're like, whoa, that's still $20,000 more than we have. So, but anyway, a friend of mine, Roger, he's like, you know what, we're gonna ask them to give it to us. And I'm like, well, go ahead, whatever. Long story short, happens, some people owned it, and Roger asked, look, we'd like you to give it to you. And we met with them, they're like, yep, you can have it. And we were like, okay, Lord, that's one mountain range. I said to the Lord, you're gonna have to move 35 mountain ranges for this to happen. I don't know how this is ever gonna work. Well, I'll give you one for that, God, that's cool. And then we had our first dinner over there at Vanguard Church, fundraiser dinner, 12 kids singing, and people gave $60,000 in cash and commitments. And a guy from our church, Ken Clock, approached me and said, let's have breakfast. And he said, the Lord told me to build your school. I'm like, okay. He's like, how much money do you got? And I said, well, we got like 60,000 in cash and commitments. And he's like, well, that'll get you a foundation. And I'm like, well, we're gonna build until we run out of money. I don't know how this is gonna work. And Ken had the same attitude, and it was just one miracle after another where either someone would donate all of their time or resources, or if they had bills, every month Ken would go to my dad, who's the CFO for Tree of Life, and he'd say, here's this month's bills for the construction project. And every time my dad's like, oh, we just have enough money to pay those bills, but that's gonna use it all up. And the next month would come and Ken would be like, well, here's the bills. He's like, well, that's how much money we have. That's gonna use it all up. And so it's always been like the widow's oil or the manna, there's always been enough. And so what you see here is what was built in 2012. This is the original structure here on this end for Tree of Life.